So we were discussing about AIDS. So we are in the last part of this AIDS, that is prevention of AIDS. We are in the last part of AIDS, means we don't have AIDS. We are discussing about, okay, we are learning about prevention of AIDS. There is no cure, so prevention is better than cure, you know. No cure for AIDS, no medicine which can cure AIDS, but it spreads because of the conscious behavior patterns. Conscious means people are aware by 4 ways AIDS spreads. If they take care of these 4 methods, okay, and if they follow it, then they don't get AIDS. But even after knowing that by unprotected sex they get AIDS, but even then they do that mistake again, that is up to their consciousness. Okay, like you know that a person, you know one person, he has AIDS. If you go and have sex with that person, then definitely you will get AIDS. You have your own consciousness, you know that by what ways you can prevent AIDS, but if you don't take such measures, okay, then definitely that person will get. So it is because of conscious behavior patterns. So if you ignore, then you will get AIDS. That is what people say, you know, don't die of ignorance. Don't die of ignorance means, if you ignore these very simple methods to prevent AIDS, if you ignore it, then you will get AIDS, okay, and you will die because of AIDS, like that. So don't die of ignorance. It is a statement. Okay, so don't ignore. You are conscious enough that by what ways you don't get AIDS, that you have to follow. Okay, purposely if you follow that method by which you get AIDS, then definitely you will get it. Okay, so you know consciously that your consciousness knows that by what ways you can prevent it. Okay, then in case of first 2 methods by which person get AIDS, that is not their mistake. I said from infected mother to the baby's mistake is not at all there. Mother has AIDS and mother doesn't know that she has AIDS. Even after knowing that she has AIDS, if she gives birth, then it is definitely mother's mistake. But in case of newborn baby getting AIDS from the mother, it happens because of poor monitoring in the hospitals. Poor monitoring in the hospital means mother also didn't test the blood, she doesn't know that she has AIDS. Even hospital people also, doctors and nurses, they also didn't test whether mother has AIDS or not. If she has AIDS, if mother has AIDS, definitely doctors should suggest not to give birth to the baby, because baby will anyway die because of mother's mistake. So it happens because of poor monitoring. Even unscreened blood transfusion also, if hospital doesn't check that person's blood for infectious diseases, then definitely it is hospital's mistake. It is poor monitoring, we say. It happens because of poor monitoring. Okay. Then there are organizations which will try to educate people about AIDS. That is, one of such is NACO, National AIDS Control Organization in India. National AIDS Control Organization. Not only this, along with that NGOs also, non-governmental organization in short, they just do it as a social service. They don't get money from this. Non-governmental organizations, in short we say NGOs. These 2 organizations have taken responsibility of educating people by what ways AIDS spread, so that methods they should follow, so that they can avoid. Okay, so what are the ways by which AIDS can be prevented? That methods these organizations will tell the people. So these two organizations are there to educate people, okay, by what ways person get AIDS and by what ways they can prevent AIDS. So that is what we call educating the people about AIDS. That will be done by these two organizations. Okay. Then we already know that the methods to prevent is making blood or blood banks safe from HIV, ensuring use of only disposable needles in the hospitals, you know. Okay, in the blood banks, safe storing and collection of blood in the blood banks. Then syringes used by the doctors, it should be disposable. Once it is used, they have to dispose it. Next time if they have to inject any person, they have to use fresh sterilized needles or syringes, okay, so that they can avoid. Then government does that free distribution of condoms. Then controlling drug abuse, free distribution of condoms. We have already learnt it. Nirod is the name of the condom which government only manufactures, because government owned companies, they are called Hindustan Latex Limited, which makes condoms, which manufactures condoms. So it freely distributes condom, so that at least if they don't have money, but because condom is freely available, so they will use condoms so that they can avoid AIDS. So AIDS spreading can be controlled by free distribution of condoms. Then regular checkups for HIV susceptible population, means if one population in a village, suppose many people in a village have HIV, then those people in the village, whole village is susceptible. Susceptible means, you know, they are prone to get, or they may get AIDS because they may have sexual contact, or else sexually susceptible group, what we say, very weak group which may get AIDS. We have doubt that they may get AIDS. So regular checkup should be done for those people. Then advocating safe sex and promoting regular checkups. So we have to tell the people that these two organizations will do that. They will educate people to have safe sex. Means during sex they should use contraceptive devices. Okay, and while having sex with unknown partners, strangers, or multiple partners, in that case they have to use condom. That is what is safe sex. Okay, by all these methods AIDS can be prevented. There is no cure, but it can be prevented by these methods. Okay, then next we have to discuss about one more disease. There is no cure, but in early stage there is cure. If it is detected in early stage, then there is complete cure for that disease, that is cancer. But in the last stage it cannot be cured. Next we are discussing about cancer. Okay, deadly disease. It may cause death, most dreaded disease of human beings and major cause of death all over the world. Dreadful meaning deadly, means it can cause death. Most dreadful, most dreadful disease and which can cause death means dreadful. Dreadful disease which caused the death of millions of people every year all over the world. More than 1 million Indians suffer from cancer, and large number of them die annually. Means, you know, every year in India millions of people have cancer, and every year so many people die because of cancer. There is no cure, but in early stages there is cure. Okay, so mechanisms underlying development of cancer or oncogenic transformation of cells, its treatment and control, we are discussing in under this chapter. Okay, so the methods by which the healthy person gets cancer, that we will discuss now. But before that we have to discuss what is the nature of this cancer. What exactly happens in the person who gets cancer. Okay, in normal patient, one process is there called contact inhibition. Contact inhibition is a property of normal tissue. It's a property of normal tissue. In normal, healthy human beings, what happens? There are so many cells. Okay, you consider these are the cells. Okay, so many cells are there. Suppose if I show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So many cells are there. So this is one tissue. Okay, so these are all cells. Contact inhibition is one process. Contact means one cell is in touch or in contact with other cell. So many 7 cells are in contact with each other, they are touching each other. Inhibition means to stop. What is that, you know? If any virus affects one cell, suppose I'll show in different color. Okay, I'll show in pink color. The pink color cell is infected cell, means it has got virus infection. Okay, so one cell, virus enters one cell. We already discussed under innate immunity, no, by birth. By birth only we have this property. In a tissue, if one cell is affected by virus, it produces chemicals called interferons, and that interferon doesn't allow the virus infection to spread to neighboring healthy cells. Means virus infected cell doesn't allow neighboring healthy cells to get infected. Means if I got one problem, I will not allow my friends to get that problem. They should be safe. Like that. Okay, like that. One cell is affected by virus, it doesn't allow neighboring healthy cells to get infected. That is called contact inhibition. Means one cell got virus infection, it doesn't allow its neighboring cell, the cell which is in contact with this cell, it doesn't allow it to spread the virus. Inhibit means to stop. It stops virus infection to its neighboring healthy cells. So cell number 1 and 3 are healthy cells. Only cell number 2 is virus infected. So cell number 2, virus infected cell, doesn't allow these 2 healthy cells to get damaged. But in case of cancer patients, contact inhibition will not be there. If one cell gets it, then it spreads it to other cell also. Okay, so no contact inhibition in the case of cancer. Okay, then what exactly is cancer? It is uncontrolled cell division. Uncontrolled cell division is only cancer. What is uncontrolled cell division means? Cell division you have learnt in first year, mitosis and meiosis. Cell division means one cell divides into 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, 8 becomes 16, 16 becomes 32, 32 becomes 64, like that it continues. Uncontrolled cell division means cell division is a process in our body, it is pre-programmed cell division. Pre-programmed means our body decides how many cells to be produced by cell division. For example, suppose 8,000 cells to be produced by cell division, that is already fixed. The message to produce 8,000 cells will be there in the DNA, the message will be there. So it has to produce only 8,000 cells. After that cell division stops. But in case of cancer patients, after 10,000 it becomes 16,000. It continues. No stop for cell division in case of cancer. In normal healthy person who doesn't have AIDS, he will have controlled cell division. Controlled cell division means after producing enough number of cells, suppose 8,000 cells to be produced, it is already pre-programmed in the body. That means after producing 8,000 cells, cell division should stop. But in case of cancer patients, cell division doesn't stop. Then you may ask why? Why there is no stop for cell division? Because in the cell cycle, if you remember first year, you have learnt that stage, no? The stage, if you remember, there is one stage here called G0 phase, which is called quiescent phase. You remember? While teaching, I usually tell this is a checkpoint of cell division. Checkpoint of cell division means after this you know what stages are there. There is a what is that? G1 phase, S phase, M phase, mitosis or meiosis, all that is there. So after mitosis, this is actual cell division, either mitosis or meiosis. Okay, so during this stage what happens? Once it completes its cell cycle, one cell becomes 2 cells, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, like that it continues. So like once it completes one cycle, then 1 becomes 2, 1 cell becomes 2. Once again it completes one cycle, then 2 becomes 4. Once again it completes, then 4 becomes 8. That means until it produces 8,000 cells, it will continue. You know, in the last step where 4,000 cells are there, one more cycle it becomes 8,000 cells. Then at G0 phase, cell division stops. G0 phase decides whether cell division should continue or it should stop there only. But in the case of cancer patients, the G0 phase will be missing. G0 phase will be skipped there. No G0 phase. So that there is no stop for cell division. Continuously cell divides. Okay. So when continuously cell divides, then in that place where tissue is there, continuously it divides, there is no space. Okay, so the part comes out, you know, like a bud-like structure, that is what we call tumor. Like you see, suppose these are the tissues. If number of cells increase, what happens? More number of cells, it becomes a compact, there is no space there. Okay, suppose you think this is a hand, I am talking about wrist here. Okay, cell number increased more and more, it never stops. Again and again, cell division happens, then there is no space. Then what happens? You know, it comes out like this because there is no space. Then at that place where compactly cells are packed, more number of cells are there, that is what we call tumor. You can also write TUMOR, tumor. Tumor is a group of cells which is compactly packed group of cells. Means there is no gap between the cells. The tissue will have compact cells. Means all the cells will be packed inside. Okay, so that is, this tumor is formed because of uncontrolled cell division. Cell division doesn't stop. Okay, so in the first stage, tumor will be formed in only one place of the body, one part of the body. Then the first stage is called benign tumors. There are 2 types of tumors. Benign tumors. Okay, benign tumor means it is restricted to, tumor is restricted to one particular tissue or one particular part of the body. You can write one particular tissue or one particular area of the body. Suppose tumor is there only in the hand, only one tumor is there in the body. Okay, if that is called benign tumors. Later, tumors start spreading in the body. From one place, it goes to other place. So 2 places will have tumors. Then 4 places will have. Then 10 places will have tumors. Okay, so then it keep on spreading. Then can you tell me why the tumor should spread from one place to other place? Why can't the tumor increase in one area only? That is because cell, for their growth and development, they need food. So as in only one place, if the cells start multiplying, there will be scarcity for food. Every cell doesn't get food there. So from that place it goes to other place in search of food. Then it goes to other place and it starts multiplying because it gets more and more food there. Then again there will be competition for food here, because the food available will not be sufficient for all the cells, because number of cells are increasing day by day. day by day number of cells are increasing. It is like, in a family, number of people increase, then what they earn will not be enough for meeting the demands of the people. Okay, suppose person earns only 20,000 rupees salary a month, and 6 people are eating in a house. Okay, then can he feed 60 people in a house? Somehow he can manage, but what about 600 people? It is difficult. He cannot do that. Okay, so like that there will be scarcity for food, so from that place it goes to other place. Okay, like that. So for in search of food it goes to other place, then it grows there only, so that it starts spreading. So second stage, when it spreads from one place to other place in a body, is called a malignant tumor. Spreads in the body to many areas. That is called malignant tumors. So in case of benign tumors, it has cure. Benign tumor means tumor is there only in one area of the body, any one part of the body, that can be surgically removed. It can be treated by 3 ways. We are going to discuss next. So in first, this is benign tumor, where tumor is restricted to only one particular area of the body. This is called first stage of cancer. Second stage means tumor spreads in the body, then it cannot be treated. Like there are 40 tumors in the body, then you have to perform 40 operations. Whether the person can tolerate 40 operations, and when you finish 40 operations, number of tumors will again multiply. He will have 400 tumors in the body, then will you perform 400 operations? Better is he should die because of that. Okay, so his lifespan is only that much. So in first case, in case of first stage of cancer, benign tumors, it can be cured. And the behavior of tumors spreading in the body, that property is called malignancy, or malignancy means it is a process of spreading of cancer in the body. It is also called metastasis. The process is called metastasis. It's a dangerous property of metastasis is a dangerous property of cancer cells, because metastasis means the tumors spreading in the body. It spreads to whole body. It spreads to whole body. Then it goes out of control. It cannot be cured. Okay. So the spreading nature of tumors, that tumor spread in the body, that is called malignancy, and the process is called metastasis. Malignancy and metastasis both are same. Okay. But in the textbook they give the word metastasis. Means property of spreading of tumors in the body. And tumors are formed because of uncontrolled cell division. Cell division doesn't stop. It continuously divides. Okay. Now let us discuss how to detect cancer and what is the treatment for first stage cancer. All that we will discuss now. Diagnosis, or you can say detection of cancer, but before that we should know what are the causes. For what reason person gets cancer? Causes of cancer. For what reasons person gets cancer? There are 3 reasons. Okay, that is physical, chemical and biological reasons. Physical, chemical and biological reasons for getting cancer. Healthy person gets cancer because of 3 reasons. Either it is physical, chemical or biological reasons. And the factors, physical factor, chemical factor, biological factors which brings cancer are called agents. So some chemicals are there, some physical agents are there. So it is physical agents or chemical agents or biological agents which brings cancer. Let us see what are the physical reasons. Definitely radiations, physical agents. Some radiations, when human body is exposed to some radiations like X-rays, gamma rays, cosmic rays for a long period, it causes cancer. Okay, so let us see what is that. There are two types of radiations: ionizing and non-ionizing radiations. Ionizing, non-ionizing radiations. Okay, you know the meaning. Ionizing radiation means wherever that radiation passes, okay, it transfers its energy to the neighboring atoms or air particles, then they will get charged. Okay, so it transfers its charge to the neighboring particles, so it ionizes the particle. Means any particle which this radiation gets, it gets a charge, positive or negative charge. So ionizing. Non-ionizing means it doesn't transfer any charge. Okay, so which are ionizing radiations? Like X-rays and gamma rays are ionizing radiations, and non-ionizing radiations are UV. There are many ionizing and non-ionizing radiations, but three radiations which causes cancer out of that. Ionizing radiations are X-rays and gamma rays. While writing we write gamma rays, G-A-M-M-A. X-rays and gamma rays are ionizing radiations. Out of many non-ionizing, UV rays are non-ionizing radiations. Not all UV of a higher frequency. So, lower frequency, higher wavelength. What I was saying. So ionizing radiations and non-ionizing radiations is one of the physical reason for getting cancer. Then you may ask how. Human body, if it is exposed to these radiations, suppose UV rays or X-rays or gamma rays are passed to human body for a long period, not for some seconds, because we know X-ray is used to detect fracture in the bone. So it passes through the soft tissues, but it doesn't pass through bones. That is why we get an image of bones, on X-ray sheet. But what they do is, it is only for some seconds they pass X-rays to the body. Not even seconds. It is microseconds, milliseconds. But what happens if X-ray passes through human body for a longer period? Then it will mutate the DNA. Mutate means it changes the DNA of the human body. What nitrogen compounds are there, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine in the DNA, that changes. Okay, that is called mutation. So these radiations, when it is exposed to body, it mutates DNA. Means it changes DNA, and when DNA mutates, then G0 phase, what is there in the cell cycle, which stops cell division, that skips. So there is no G0 phase in cancer patient. So cell division is continuous, uncontrolled cell division. Okay, so these are the radiations. Then what about chemical agents? There are some chemicals. If you touch those chemicals, then you may get cancer. They are called carcinogenic chemicals. The word carcinogenic meaning cancer causing. Genic means to produce. Okay, so there are some chemicals which can cause cancer. Chalk is not there, like phenol, then mustard gas. All these are some of the chemicals that we will see now. Okay, there are some chemicals. Second reason, physical agents we saw. Now we have to discuss about second one. There are some chemical agents. If you touch those chemical agents, not only touching, tobacco also contains a chemical called nicotine. By smoking also person gets cancer, lung cancer. There are some chemical agents, they are called carcinogenic chemicals. Means cancer causing chemicals. Okay, like in the textbook they have not given name of those. They just mentioned about tobacco. By smoking they get. Like that there are there is a phenol, there is mustard gas, ninhydrin. There are many chemicals, okay, which causes cancer, which mutates DNA and causes cancer. Like one out of that is tobacco, which contains a chemical called nicotine, which is carcinogenic chemical. Nicotine present in the tobacco is a carcinogenic chemical which causes cancer. So by smoking tobacco, okay, by smoking, nicotine causes cancer, lung cancer especially. And third type is biological agent. And you might be having curiosity to know what is biological agents, how it causes cancer. You already know, you have learned this chapter anyway. Biology means study of life, living organisms. Some living organisms can cause disease, cancer. Like in the human body, sometimes there will be genes called oncogenes or oncogenes. Oncogenes. Study of cancer is called oncology. Oncogenes means cancer causing genes. Oncology means study of cancer. Oncogenes present in the body, but they are in an inactivated stage. But once they are triggered, once they get activated, okay, they mutate the DNA, they change the DNA and cause cancer. In some people it will be there. Okay, then some of the virus also contains oncogenes. Okay, like they are called oncogenic viruses. They will have oncogenes or c-onc genes, cellular oncogenes. Okay, some virus will contain oncogenes, means cancer causing genes. Viral oncogenes or cellular oncogenes. Some virus contains genes. Once that virus enters the human body, it will deliver that DNA that may cause cancer in human beings. So viral oncogenes, or it is also called c-onc. C-onc means cellular oncogenes. Okay, it can cause disease. So as person gets disease because of biological organisms, living organisms, so it is called biological agents. Okay, how to identify whether a person has cancer or not? So methods to detect cancer, or how to diagnose cancer. Okay, that we will discuss in our next class. Okay, so keep watching my classes. Thank you.